there's a PowerPoint, and you can see that it's also on the screen on the metaverse screen here. That's what we like. Um, all right. Well, uh, without further ado, this is where the clip is going to start. Without further ado, let us do the State of the Mirth Turtle 2026 PowerPoint presentation. Sultry, hello, welcome. Glad you're here just in time for the PowerPoint. All right. Well, let's reiterate our Mirth Turtle mission. We want to bring the game of Go into mainstream culture, as well as invoke mirth by any means necessary. And selfishly, I'd like to get rich off of it, although Apollo says it's not possible. I'd like to prove Apollo wrong. I should actually modify this slide to say, prove Apollo wrong, maybe next year. Accomplishments. Did a whole bunch. And I should say that like it's accomplishments since the last presentation, which is actually like more than like a year and a half. So don't be too impressed. But I did keep the company afloat just barely. So that was kind of cool. Of course, the new virtual HQ where we're now broadcasting from. Split off Source Tortoise and did a whole bunch of releases from that, which made no money as well. Redlined it a whole bunch, did a whole bunch of streaming. Really, August and September were like, just proving to myself that I could actually stream 4 times a week, which I managed to average. And that was like, I'd never done that before, but didn't die. And got a whole bunch of new followers and did a whole bunch of cool streams, I think. As well, I learned how to land the plane in Mirth 1. It was a real breakthrough in skill, and I think going forward, Mirth 1 streams are going to be much better for that reason. Part 2, I was invited to commentate 2 tournaments, the North American Go Federation Pro Qualifiers and also the California State Go Championship, only the second round. And for that, for the first one, I built the clairvoyance tool, which was fun. And chat versus chat also, like, it didn't get a lot of use, but they exist now so that we can use them in future streams. Once I start streaming again, we can use all this software that I spent all this time making. Accomplishments Part 3, upgraded the Shamari extension, and also continued to post on Mirth Turtle Social. Why don't I just dump a link? Then what else? Oh yeah, and of course the Botez sisters gave me a huge shout out. It didn't result in any new followers, but it did make me feel like they had seen me and know who I am. So that felt kind of good. But yeah, let's talk about this this whole HQ thing. That like yeah, last year I had the idea. I was like, I'm gonna do 3D development, and I want to make an office where I can like broadcast from and play Go. And this is that exclamation mark HQ. And so the big idea, of course, was the boardroom where we are at now with the huge Goban that you would theoretically be able to vote on. Like it was going to be like 6 moves a day. You could vote on a move on like you would choose a team like black or white. There's all these Go bowls here, and it would be like the biggest Go game the world has ever seen, bringing everyone together, and of course paying me a small monthly fee. Oh, you like the Botez sisters news? Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm glad I took a screenshot of that, or else I might have forgotten. But anyway, the boardroom, I never released it because well, I posted an initial thing on Reddit, and I tell you the feedback was not good. Yeah, so what made you think this would be something people want? Said somebody. It's going to be horrible, but I would waste an afternoon on it without hesitation, said somebody else. And a real genius of business said that it was a cool idea, but having to pay a monthly fee is quite tone deaf. If only to keep away bots and trolls from creating multiple accounts and voting on terrible moves like the corner. But no, people didn't like that concept. So anyway, it's back to the drawing board for the old boardroom, but that's okay. We can come at it again in 2026. It's because we rated the Botez sisters and they gave me a routine shout out, or one of their mods gave me a shout out. I don't know. But of course, Mirth 1 had a great year. We played a lot of Go in the sky. We traveled all over the world in these luxury seating arrangements. was pretty good. I know that you were on some of those flights. The raccoons were there. Sultry was managing those. They're even actually, you can probably get service right now. Exclamation mark service. Wonder if they're actually still running. Look at that. Scruffy raccoon in a fancy vest brings me a piping hot caramel latte. So of course, one of the big innovations with the plane this year was I actually sort of looked around the cockpit and saw what I could see. And of course, looked out the window a lot. But oh yeah, here we are like over Everest. That was a pretty cool time. We saw Dubai, which is kind of like thumbs down, but it kind of cool from the sky. We went up to Finland. That was pretty awesome. We saw the White Cliffs of Dover around London as well. Yeah, I discovered this new brake that I'd never noticed, this lever called the speed brake. And it's not mapped to a key on the keyboard and you can't map it to anything. But pulling it really slows me down in the plane, which is very good for when I want to land. So that was really the game changer this year. And proved that it could work coming into London. Of course, we saw the Tower of London, or what is no? That's London Bridge. This is London Bridge, and also just London at night, pretty cool. But actually landed successfully, and then took off again, and landed a second time in the same stream. So that was kind of a historic moment for the old airline. Then we went down to France and we saw the Mont Saint Michel, and went to Spain, saw some windmills, and visited Rescataplan. Crashed into this hotel thing. Of course, also after that, the whole reason we went to Spain, other than Rescataplan, was to do a Venga Boys stream. So of course, you all remember the Venga stream, where we made the Venga plane, Air Mirth Venga. It was pretty good, and I think that was a pretty accurate representation of the canonical Venga plane. And yeah, we crashed into Ibiza, but it was okay. And so yeah, it was pretty good. And I plan to continue doing it. Lady Jane, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year soon. And then right at the end of the year, we switched gears into trucking. So opened up Mirth Turtle Truck and started driving around Spain. In an 18-wheeler while we played Go, and that was pretty chaotic and really took it out of me. So maybe we'll try that again in 2026, but I'm not sure. I actually lost some followers on one of those streams, so I don't know. Reviews were quite poor. But now it's everyone's favorite segment of the PowerPoint, a Charlie update. I've collected all the best Charlie pictures from this year, and there's a ton of them. So settle in and check out the best cat ever to exist. Of course, here's us. He's very tired here, but he was always just hanging out, helping me with whatever I was doing. Looking very dramatic at all times, just in the sun, looking out the window, glaring at whoever was downstairs. Sitting on his little mat on the counter. He gets up on the counter, and it's okay. Cats can be on the counter. Here he is, looking devastating on the bookshelf. Yeah, he's definitely a wise cat, and this did pretty well on Reddit. Got a couple hundred likes. Here he's looking at my croissant sandwich, trying to get that. He was also trying to get my chicken at one point. Trying to get into my dry goods. I don't know what he thought was going to be up there, but I was not expecting him to do that. But he's trying to cover his eyes with his little paw, and he loves to sleep on his little blanket, but also up on the mantelpiece in the summer when it's hot. So here he is, kind of drowsy. But yeah, back on his blanket. He loves to sleep. He's sleeping all the time, and he's one of the cutest ever. Sometimes he takes my spot. So when I want to use my computer, sometimes he's in my spot, and I have to actually move because I don't want to disturb him. And or he sometimes sacks out on the floor. Sometimes he's just on the couch with no blankets at all. Other times he'll take an entire chair just for himself. Here he is, looking very circular. He takes my sweater a lot of the time. This is a great sweater, and he's a perennial favorite. And so he's always trying to grab that. And sometimes I just give it to him if I've got another sweater on the go. He's here. He is on Dawn's sweater. She left her sweater on the ground one time, and he took it. Uh, Here he's on my sleeping bag. He's on the deck. He's just always lying around, quite lazy. Here he is in virtual form in this very corporate HQ. So he's actually just upstairs on the 6th floor, perennially chilling on the couch. Looks pretty realistic if you ask me. Here he is trying to get my attention while I'm working on 2 computers at once. He's always trying to get my attention by like exposing his belly. So here he is, like I'm in the bathroom. He's on the disgusting mat. He's being a little provocative, looking for belly rubs, but also it might be a trap if I get my hand in there. Albert Prime, hello. You're just in time for the Charlie montage. Here he is, distracting me so hard. While I was trying to do technical, like a server rebuild, and he's just like, oh, look at me. And I was like, oh, I can't. He just tucks his paws, and that really does it. Here he's looking like a rag doll. He's just such a little miserable animal. And just up against the wall. He's in my spot again, trying to get my attention. Like I know he's there. Now he's having a little bath. And he's so a lot of the times he'll get on my lap and pin me down, so I can't do anything. So here's on my lap, and I have a lot of pictures of this because he does it a lot, sprawling and tucking and curling, and in the mornings and in the evenings, and he'll sometimes put his little chin over the computer, but I try to move it because he'll drool on the keyboard, and I don't allow that. And grabbing a little foot, and he's like, oh yeah. And then, but if it's too hot, generally in the summer, he doesn't like to sleep on top of me, but he will put his paws out and just sort of touch me with all of them. So I've got a number of pieces of evidence where he's doing exactly this, and it's one of his favorite positions. So even if it's just with one paw, and here he is with most half of his body, just laying on me. And laying between me and the armchair. So like this is a lot of Charlie pictures. Sometimes I use him as a pillow. Here he is ignoring me because I'm not paying enough attention to him, and he's being very conspicuous about it. Here he is. I think he's actually trying to snuggle up to my sweater. Like it looks adorable, but I think it's really the sweater rather than me that he's going for here. And here he's with his catnip pickle, which was a gift from Blackbird. Here he's with his string. Here he's in a box. Here he is in another box. Here he's on the stairs. He's saying, "Come play with me down on the stairs." Now he's in his jail. He's sometimes he goes into the entertainment center where I keep my big Go board, because I don't own a TV or anything. And he wants me to lock him in there so that he can break out, and he knows how to break out of there. So that's one of his favorite games. Here he is, just like causing trouble or whatever. Here he is. He wants food real bad, and I'm on the couch, and he's just like glaring at me. Sometimes when I'm about to leave the apartment, he's like, "Are you sure?" And he does this head tilt, and he tries to convince me to stay, but of course I have to go. Here he is on top of the cupboards. Sometimes he sits on the chairs, and just basically, here he is helping me with business. He's always helping me with like business stuff and chilling with computers. And here he's very surprised. So let's transition into the failures and shames. No, I'm just joking. I've got one more. Here's Charlie in a little backpack that I got him. So when it gets warm outside, I can take him around the park and on the bike, and more easily transport him to the vet when he gets a little sick. So anyway, that's all the Charlie pictures. Failures and shames. This is copy pasted from last year, but with some modifications this time because I did stream enough, I think, or at least I streamed a fine amount. Of course, I did still lose many Go games. Did not go viral in any way. Still not rich. The company's still a financial disaster. But I started saving my VODs so I can eventually post them on YouTube as call it a digital tombstone. And then I also aspire to heights with the 3D environment that really I could not reach. It takes a lot of work to do a good game, and although I did make it real, it's not good yet. So we'll wait for that. Maybe 2026 will be the year. But sales and revenue, getting into the dry financials, I reached $3 in monthly recurring revenue. Thank you, Blackbird. Got a lot of Twitch payouts though. Like thank you so much, chat, for all of your contributions, your subs, your bits, your just watching and generating trickles of ad revenue. It really did help, and it was very nice to get those little payouts. So thank you so much. And also, somebody did a big raccoon coin burn. If anyone wants to burn raccoon coin, um, this is a mechanism for paying me money, and also generate like burning trash. As well, Comedy Gold did numbers. Um, and Explorer, hello, welcome to the stream. Just talking about all the money we made. Um, I think possibly even reaching 3 digits this year, so that was kind of good. Um, and here's what are the things that I said I was gonna do? Wait, oh wait, sorry, I didn't realize these would pop in. Let me just pop these in. Uh, as I did not practice this presentation. But I did a couple of streams that I was going to plan to do previous year. So we recorded theme songs for Mirth Turtle and Source Tortoise, and that was fun. Except now Don always uses them against me and plays them at inopportune times. And also I finally got it together to play some guitar music for you live. And that was pretty big. I hope to do that a little bit more, but the shame crust does grow back, and so I'll have to chip away at that a little bit more. But I'll try to do some more of these other ones because I think they could be fun. What else? Priorities. We're going to continue after a short break when I attempt to make money on contract work. And it's not leaving a lot of time and energy for other things. But in the Go plane, we're going to go down to Africa. We're going to hop over to South America. We're going to fly to the Caribbean. And we're going to play a lot of Go as well. Continue to do a bunch of weird side projects that confuse everybody. I started to do a little Atari 2600 dev this year. Only one stream. It was a little disappointing, but I would love to really make an Atari game and have you along for the ride. Jane, I actually upped the price of the theme song for this stream because I knew that someone would try to interrupt the PowerPoint with it. So it's quite expensive. And we'll see if we can become wealthy. I don't know. But yeah, keep making progress. Keep going. What else? Oh, everyone. Thanks everyone for chatting and rating and supporting and being friends. This is a slide that I continue to just like accumulate names to. So I hope that I've gotten a lot of people, but I think we've got Sultry's on here, Explorer's on here, Lady Jane, Apollo certainly, Albert Prime, Topides. I hope yes, confirmed. And a whole bunch of people who I haven't seen in a while, but I still remember them fondly as helping out, doing a raid, doing some chatting, and yeah, hopefully I'll even have to make a second one of these slides next year. I don't know, but I love how many people have come in and affected my life in a way that is positive. I know 10,000 points for the theme song. I know I'll lower it again. I'll put it back down. But Jane, you can't. Oh yeah, you can't waste all those points. I'm sure you have 6 figures at this point though. But then yeah, I appreciate your support as always in any form, as does Charlie. Yeah, this not that I rely on Twitch to buy groceries, but it certainly helps me buy the name brand oat milk. My slide of enemies, it would actually be it would be pretty small, but maybe next year I will post it. No, Apollo would just screenshot it and post it everywhere. But no, we'll keep it positive. But here we go. That's the end of the PowerPoint. Any questions? Thanks for attending. This was it was a long time coming, but I wanted to get it done, and now I have 4 hours left in 2025, so 4 hours to spare. All right, I'll see. I'll try to make some more enemies for next year.